The sun shines on South Africa's wine industry. It's a long process from grape to bottle and a lengthy journey from bottle to a glass in a faraway country. And depending on where these wines end up overseas, they'll have been subjected to the import laws, customs duties and taxes of various countries. At least a portion of the wines here at Leopard's Leap in Franschhoek in South Africa's Western Cape winelands are destined for the UK supermarkets, off licences and restaurants, imported into the UK under European regulations. But what if the UK votes to leave the EU?
I think it's a big concern. I talked to my agent in the UK and they also have a big concern. What the effect for us will be from a benefit point of view, we will have to see from a trade agreement point of view.
A UK outside the EU could mean South African wine would have a better chance of competing against European wines in the British marketplace. But it might also spell bad news. The UK would still have to rely on the European market, and so trade deals between the UK and the EU might mean that French, Spanish and Italian wine exporters would see an opportunity to squeeze South African wines out of the UK market.
Trade, of course, works both ways, exports and imports. So another question is, how would a Brexit affect those companies that import goods into South Africa from the UK?
In Boksburg, to the east of Johannesburg, Wendy Good runs a small shop and wholesaling company that imports British goods into South Africa. At the moment, the vast majority of these products enter South Africa tariff-free. But a Brexit could change that. What worries Wendy is that she simply doesn't know what's going to happen.
The South African rand is unstable at the moment, and we have to deal with that. And to have the Brexit hanging over our heads is just another uncertainty that is causing me a little bit of concern.
As the African country that trades the most with the United Kingdom, the trade between South Africa and the UK is worth about $14 billion a year. But this happens under a free trade agreement with the European Union, the economic partnership agreement that the EU has with the Southern African Development Community, or SADC. If there's a Brexit, everything's thrown up in the air. All bets are off. All trade deals would have to be renegotiated.
We have no idea what new trade arrangement will be put in place over time and what that might mean for business. It raises questions around whether South African exporters, and particularly those in the fruit industry, in the wine industry, in the motor industry, will continue to receive the benefits that they are currently awarded in the UK market.
Should a Brexit be voted for, trade relationships between the UK, South Africa and other African countries would be, in the short term at least, in a kind of no man's land. Only when trade deals are renegotiated in the years to come will it become apparent if it was a good thing or not for the South African exporters and for those who bring British goods into the continent.